Hey, happy 20th episode, everybody. This has been such a fantastic journey so far, and I am grateful that each of you has come along on it with me. I'm Ben Hutton. This, if you're new here, is With Purpose, the podcast where we learn something together and then we plan our weeks ahead, making sure we work on the right things, and we do it all with just a little bit of purpose. This week on With Purpose, we are talking about a concept from this author that I love named Arthur Brooks. Arthur has written a lot of different books, a lot on happiness. He's a happiness researcher at Harvard Business School, and a lot of other good stuff on life, too, in general. But the concept we're talking about today is what he calls real friends versus deal friends. So what are real friends? Real friends are the people that are committed to you, and they show up. They show up no matter what is happening, no matter the circumstances during failures or struggles or just in mundane moments. Real friends are there. Deal friends are a little different. Deal friends are there for the transaction. They may feel at times like a real friend, and we can even enjoy being around these people, but ultimately they are there for themselves. They are there for a transaction. They are there because what they can get from you, not what they can give to you. Now, before we go any further, I want to say this. This is not about vilifying deal friends. This is how much of business and life happens. We all need each other for transactions. We all need each other's help for completing the goals that we have, for accomplishing things that we need to accomplish in life. And that is good and okay. And we can have good relationships with people, and we can have a lot of fun together doing those things along the way. And that is amazing and awesome and good. Deal friends is not a bad concept. It's not a pejorative. It's not a negative. We all need good deal friends. That's great. Where we get in trouble, though, is when we confuse deal friends for real friends, and we expect them to be people and things for us that they are not, and they are not meant to be and will never be. So deal friends are important, but I think all of us also know that real friends, people that are with us in all of those situations, the tough times and the boring times, the exciting times, are critically important. We are humans, and we are built to be in relationship with each other. And so making sure that along the way in life, along the way at work, you are doing the things necessary to cultivate real friendships, real relationships with people is paramount. Research says that at any given point, most of us only have between 2 and 3 real friends. So they're critically important and they're rare. And we need to treat them like the treasures we are. Building real friendship requires investment. It requires time. It requires vulnerability, reciprocity, consistency, showing up over and over and over for each other through all the peaks and valleys of life. So where we get in trouble, just like I said, was when we confuse deal friends for real friends, when we expect people to be something that they are not or not supposed to be. We need to stop expecting real friendship behavior from deal friends. Okay? So, simple concept. I bet if you take a little bit of time, you can apply this to some relationships you have in your life at work or maybe out in the community, and this idea, real friends and deal friends, might lead to a couple ahas, like these epiphanies about, oh, well, that's why that went the way it did, or why that person didn't show up when I thought they might. Real friends versus deal friends. Neither is bad, but we need to be clear with ourselves about what we're expecting from both of them and be realistic. Okay, so before we think about this in our own lives and apply it with a couple of questions that I have prepared here, we're going to start with gratitude. I am particularly grateful that I am not sick anymore. I was, as you might be able to tell. Over this last weekend, I stayed in bed for the whole weekend, almost, and I'm glad that's over, but this cough is just getting me. What are you grateful for? Next up, are there things that you have been putting off? I hope on episode 20 it goes without saying that we've prepared, especially for you, a unique planner specific to this episode, where you can answer these questions and follow along with us. Find that linked below in the show notes. Okay, first question. Are there any deal friendships you've been treating like real friendships? Are there people you're expecting to show up in ways that's probably unfair for you to ask them to show up? Second question. Who are the 2 or 3 people in your life that have demonstrated that they are your real friends? How can you invest in that relationship this week? Real friendships don't happen by accident. They happen by investment. They take hard work. Okay, that's all for this week's episode of With Purpose, Real Friends versus Deal Friends. I hope you can take some time and think about it this week and apply it to your life. Next week, we're going to talk about another topic. I hope to see you there. Mic drop.